Wait, Mariam's supposed to start, right?
We're live, Ahmed. We're supposed to follow our script.
We are live now. Let's begin. Bismillah. Mariam, start.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I am Mariam, your racial ranger. Welcome to the show. This show is all about you. You are unique. There's no one quite like you. Don't let racists pull you down. Just be yourself. This show will give you hope. This show will give you hope and courage to do just that. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go straight to the show. Please introduce yourself in the chat box, like your name, where you live, and your age. Please also mention something about your race or culture that you like. For me, in my tradition, I love the exchange of delicious food between neighbors during special occasions such as Eid. What's your favorite part in your race or culture?
So please introduce yourselves in the chat box.
Nabiha, can you help me read out comments from the chat box, please? It's quite difficult to read from my phone.
Okay.
So please say salams. Please say salams and introduce yourself in the chat box. Tell us where you're from. Which country are you originally from? Which country are you joining from today? Please say salams in the comments and introduce yourselves.
And what's your favorite part in your race or culture?
Someone said, hello, my name is Alaf. I am 9 years old. I am from the Maldives, but I live in Fiji and I like going to people's houses for lunch on Eid.
We have someone called Amar. I live in Melbourne. Nice. I'm 9 years old and I love movies. I like movies too. Nice. Someone else who lives in Australia.
Okay, let's go on to the next segment.
I'll now pass to Ahmed and Abuzar.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed, and welcome to the show. I'm honored to be your host today, as indeed is a very special day, and I'm glad you took part. Today there will be lots of games like memory games and much more, so you get to know each other and have a bit of laughter. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Assalamu alaikum. This memory game is like any other memory game. First, I'll start off by saying a word. Then, I'll say the second word. Those who want to participate can raise their hands and say out the words. The list of words will get longer as the game progresses. Don't worry if you cannot remember all the words in sequence. I'll be there to prompt you. After the game, we will be looking at the words and discuss what they signify to racism. I'll start now. Fawaz, can you help me call out those who are putting their hands up? I can't see everyone's screen in my phone.
You mean the Zoom hand?
Yeah.
Amar is holding in hand. He raised his hand. Amar.
I'll start now. The
Yeah, he
first
raised
word
his hand
is
through the
The first word is courage. The second word is support. Those who can remember the two words can put their hands. Anyone? Okay. Those who can. The first word is courage. The second word is support. Those who can remember the two words can put up their hands. Anyone?
What about Amar?
Okay. Go ahead.
Courage and support.
Very good. The third word is solidarity. Those who can remember the three words can put up their hands. Anyone?
What about Zalaf?
Oh,
You could also
okay,
use
go
the
ahead.
Zoom hand, but that's fine too.
Solidarity.
All three words. Yeah, you have to say all three words.
Courage, support, solidarity.
Very good. The fourth word is care. Those who can remember the four words can put up their hands. Anyone?
What about Ayan?
Okay, go ahead.
Courage, support, solidarity, and
Care.
care.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the fifth word is respect. Those who can remember all the five words can put up their hands.
You can also use the Zoom hand.
Anyone?
Only one who's raising their hand is Ayan.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Courage, support, solidarity, care, and I forgot the last one.
It's,
Respect.
yeah. Well done. Well done, everybody. Let's go to the discussion part. The first word we said is courage. I think we need a lot of courage to face our bullies. The second word is support. What does support mean in relation to racism? Anyone? Yeah? Yes, Fawaz?
Like that you help, you see someone being discriminated and you help him, like he's being discriminated. You see him being discriminated, you like come up for him. You say like, don't say that to him, or just help him, just support him.
Yeah, that's a good point. The third word is solidarity. What does solidarity mean in relation to racism? Anyone?
Amar is raising his hand.
Oh, go ahead.
I think solidarity means standing up for yourself, like being
Yeah.
solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, standing together. Yes. Okay. The fourth word is care. What does care mean in relation to racism? Anyone?
Amar is raising his hand once again.
Amra's really smart.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Amar, go ahead.
Care. Care means
Okay.
taking care of someone, protecting them, taking care of them. Basically, doing things for them and taking care of them.
Yeah, I think so too. The fifth word is respect. What does respect mean in relation to racism? Anyone? Yeah, Wania?
You should respect the one. If you are if you are a victim of racism, you should respect the other people who are also victims, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we should respect everybody, like how much we respect ourselves. Good one. Mm. That's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this section of memory game. We will now proceed to the next part of the show. Back to you, Ahmed and Abuzar.
Thank you, Mariam. Now I would like to, since I didn't get to really talk in the live show, I'm just gonna do this. Now I would like to invite Nabiha over to do a speech on equality.
What happened to your tantalizing intro?
Huh?
I said, what happened to the tantalizing
I think
intro?
Mariam skipped Abuzar's bit.
How about you give it now, Abuzar?
Assalamu alaikum, people of the world. My name is Abuzar Ali. Today we will have events and games that will tantalize your mind. I am honored to be your host in this amazing show. Now have a wonderful time. And have a wonderful time.
Then Ahmed's intro?
Yeah.
And now I would like to invite Nabia for a speech about what Islam says about equality.
Okay. On to Nabia.
Yeah, mistakes happen.
Assalamu
Everyone
alaikum.
likes.
Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nabiha Khan, and today I will be telling you all about what Islam says about equality and racism. Now, if you know your stuff, then you'll know that a close friend of the Prophet's was a person of color. His name was Bilal ibn Rabah. He used to be a slave, but he was also a Muslim. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam freed him, and he became one of the Sahaba. He was also graced with the position of the first Muazzin, which shows that Muhammad supported equality as he put a person of color in a role of importance. Islam believes everyone is equal. In Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's last known speech, during which he addresses the basic ethics of Islam, he says that all humans are descended from Adam and Eve, and that there is no superiority from an Arab and a non-Arab or any other races. This shows you everything about how Islam discourages discrimination. That is all. Back to Ahmed.
Jazakallah khair, Nabia, for that great speech. Now we're going to talk about heroes of racism, and one of the heroes I'm going to talk about is Malcolm X. So Malcolm X, who was a black rights hero, he was a Muslim, but he wasn't the right type. So like he only thought blacks were better than whites, and whites were like not good. So then one day he went to pilgrimage, Hajj, and he saw many people of different color and realized that we are all the same and fought on for equal rights after that. Now Ayan will talk about another great hero of
You
racism.
forgot about telling that he got assassinated.
Oh yeah, and he got assassinated, sadly.
Yeah.
Now to Ayan, who is going to talk about another great hero.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ayan Iqbal, and I'm going to tell you about another hero of racism, our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
So one day Bilal was walking on the streets, and he came across a man who said, "Hey, son of a black." This was normal for Bilal. He always got judged by the color of his skin. But this time, he immediately reported to the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and he told Bilal to bring the man to him. So he did. Then the Prophet ﷺ said that, "How dare you say that to my companion?" So he told the man that we are all the same and there is no difference because in the inside we are all the same. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us all the same. In the last ceremony of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "No Arabs are superior to non-Arabs. No non-Arabs are superior to Arabs. No blacks are superior to whites, and no whites are superior to blacks, except righteous acts." Now, back to Ahmed.
Ahmed, I think you're muted.
Now I would like to invite Fawaz and Abuza to do a short discussion on racism.
No, I don't do the discussion anymore. Abuzar does it.
Oh, okay.
That has an interesting question for everybody.
Abuza?
Abuzar, what is it?
Abuza, do you want to
On
ask
your
your
part, Abuza.
rhetorical question?
I know.
1 minute. Hello, I'm back. Now to do a little discussion on racism. You can write your opinion about this in the chat box below. Now to move on to the questions. Question 1. What do you think of racism?
Oh, is that your rhetorical question?
No! This is a discussion question!
Abuza, calm down. Okay, Jazakallah khair. Did you ask your rhetorical question already?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. So can you please ask your rhetorical question now? Abuzar? Now you'll come back to Abuzar. Let's go to discussion, which was Nabiha and Wania, right? Okay, so Nabiha and Wania.
I think I will do the discussion then.
Okay.
I will do the discussion.
If you remember, we changed that and Nabiha and Wania.
Yeah, I know, but Abuzar is not going to do. I'm going to.
Okay, so Nabiha, go on.
Okay. Welcome to the discussion session where we will be asking you questions, and please voice your opinion in chat box. The first question is, what do you think of discrimination?
People already answered in the chat box saying racism. Abdul Hadi Nasim said racism is superiority of whites over blacks. Wanya, you said, I think racism is an excuse some people use to make themselves feel better. Ahmed said sometimes blacks will be racist to whites. And yeah, that's true. Racism isn't only with whites and black people.
So I think let's move on. How do you think we can help with discrimination? Please write your answer in the chat box.
Maybe you have to explain first what is discrimination.
Okay.
Discrimination is basically when you like, for example, like you leave out a certain race, or like, for example, you're like, you discriminate against Black people or white people. And yeah. Oh, people answered.
Okay. Abdul Hadi Naseem said, discrimination is choosing according to our standards. Then Amar said, I think is racism is being rude to people who have a different religion, skin color, etc. Miriam said, by not discriminating anyone and ourselves.
What's his name? Why did you make his name?
Asia and Elena said, being unjust.
I know.
Being unjust by their externals looks. So the next question is, what do you think is the main cause of discrimination?
Answer in the chat box.
What was the question again?
What's the main cause of discrimination? Amar said hate, cruelty, etc. Abdul Hadi said,
Abdul Hadi said, we think ourselves superior. Rahma said arrogance or fear of the unknown, and Wanya said, I think it's arrogance.
Asia and Elena said praising ourselves. Miriam said people looking down on other people. So our last question is, what is your biggest goal and how do you plan on achieving it? The question was, what is your biggest goal and how do you plan on achieving it? What's your biggest goal and how do you plan on achieving it? Asi and Elena said, pleasing Allah by doing what's right.
Amar said, my biggest goal is to reach Jannah. Mariam said that my goal is showing respect and kindness to others. Good.
Abdul Hadi said my biggest goal is to reach Jannah too. I guess.
Amar said to reach Jannah also.
Yeah.
Zalaf said, Iman said, my goal will be to be nice to all people,
Oh,
which is hard sometimes.
yeah.
So I guess that's it. And now I would like to pass the mic to Ahmed.
Now I would like to invite Rahma and Muzammil to share their experiences with Fawaz interviewing them.
Okay. So should I begin?
Yep.
Okay. So when I was in third grade and second grade, everybody would judge me either by where I was from, or my skin color, or by my height. Sometimes people would come up to me. They would call me Aswad, Aswad. Then I told the teacher. The teacher said that you should go home and tell your mom. So then I went home. I told my mom. My mom said that just like ignore them because they're just trying to feel superior. And yeah.
Did
Any
it help?
questions?
Did it help?
Yeah, kind of. It did help.
Did you ignore them? Didn't they just bully you more?
No, I
When
ignored them. They thought that I didn't care, so then they started to stop.
they thinking like, ooh, he's too scared to react. He's too scared to come up for himself. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna
Before they
bully
were, because I tried, like they kept on pushing me. I just stepped back, so they thought I was scared, and they had fun doing it more. So then when I ignored them, they just thought that, oh, I was doing nothing, so they just stopped.
Do you
Oh,
think
Right,
the teacher helped you?
yeah, it did help me.
Mm.
Okay, does anybody else have some questions?
Like when you got bullied, what actually happened? Like, when you got bullied, like, people bully you because of their own insecurities mostly. So, what was the basis of that you were being bullied? Were you being bullied on your skin color?
There are many different things. Some people didn't let me join them because of my height. Some people kept on calling me Aswad, and then some people kept on making fun of my country.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, now nobody does it.
They just,
No, yeah.
I think they didn't want to, they thought like you, I mean, no offense here, but you're not big. Like I guess they didn't want like be with a little kid.
Yeah, I'm very short for my age.
Yeah, they get bullied by your age and stuff. Yeah, I understand.
Does anybody else have some questions?
Yeah, you can pop it in the chat box.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a question.
If not, then
Like if anyone else has a question, just do it
In the
in
chat
the chat box. You can just
okay.
ask it in the chat box.
If there are no questions, Rahma, then I give this to Rahma.
How did you feel, Muzammil, when they were discriminating against you?
I would just sit alone in the corner of the playground. I'll just stand there.
Right. Here's a tip. Never sit alone. Never sit alone. Just join a group of friends you have. Because when you're alone, they're like, "Ooh, he's scared, and he doesn't want to do anything anymore." It's like, "Ooh, you're just escaping." And yeah.
Mariam asked, "How do you feel now?" I feel good now that everybody actually doesn't do it anymore. I'm mostly friends with everybody now.
That's good.
Okay.
Did anybody try to come and help you?
Yeah, there was one kid only. His name was Safe.
Are you good friends with him now?
Yeah. We're in the same class now.
Oh wow, that's a good friend then.
Okay, so
Yeah.
any other questions?
Um.
If not, then Rahma can begin.
How did he help you? How did Saf help you?
He would just make me feel better. He would talk to me for a while.
Okay. Talking therapy.
Okay, any other questions or not?
So talking helps. Like you said that Saf was talking to you, but that means it really helped.
What do you mean?
Like you talked to Saf about you being bullied.
Yeah?
Like, did it help? Did
Yeah,
it
it
help
did.
just dump all your things, like dump it, just say it to him and just let it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. How many friends do you actually have?
Right now, many.
Many? That's nice.
Okay. Rahma, you can begin now.
I mean, back then. Sorry.
Even though I was living in a Muslim country, my hijab was criticized. Over 2 days, a girl called my hijab pointless and stupid. She also insulted me when I was fasting for Ramadan. I felt extremely upset about this, but I just tried to ignore her because her saying those things didn't change my beliefs.
Rahma, can you talk a bit louder?
Repeat one more time, a little louder.
Even though I was living in a Muslim country, my hijab was criticized. Over 2 days, a girl called my hijab pointless and stupid, and she insulted me because I was fasting during Ramadan. I felt extremely upset about this, but I tried to ignore her because what she said couldn't change my beliefs.
Did you tell anyone about the girl?
Yeah, I told my mom.
What did she say?
She said to just ignore it.
Did only that girl discriminate you, or were many people doing it?
Just her.
Just her? Okay. Did anybody stand up for you?
No, there wasn't really anyone.
Did you have any friends back then?
There wasn't anyone around to do anything.
Rahma, did this whole experience make you a stronger person in the end? It must have been very difficult at that time.
After that, it encouraged me to just be a better Muslim.
All right, but how did it actually feel? You were being discriminated. How did it feel? Like, how were you feeling when it all happened?
Miss Ariba asked, how did they stop and how did you feel?
Yeah.
It's extremely upsetting, and I got a bit angry as well. And
what did you do right after she said it?
Yeah. What was your action?
first, I sort of challenged her, and then I just walked away.
All right.
Okay, does anyone have any questions in the chat?
We got a question from Abdul Hadi Naseem. How did you feel when he was bullying or she was bullying you?
I was sad and angry.
That's sad. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Then you guys can ask it down in the chat. Any more questions?
We can move on if no one has questions.
Rahma, did you tell anyone where you're being discriminated? Like, did you tell someone?
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah. Oh, good.
What about the teachers?
That was literally one of the first things she said, her mum.
Yeah.
What about the teachers?
Yeah.
Did you tell the teachers?
It happened at school.
Okay, then shall we move on?
Yep.
Okay, now I would like to invite Rafa for tips on how to deal with racism.
All right. Over there.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rafa and I will be talking to you about some ways you can deal with racism. The first thing you need to do is acknowledge your feelings. You have the right to feel what you feel at that moment. The next would be to talk to someone you trust about what you have gone through and share your feelings. They can help you deal with the negative emotions you felt at that time and can help you. If you see someone being racist towards someone, it would be great if you could speak up on their behalf. Obviously, this isn't always easy, but it would help them a lot if you did speak up for them, since they would be overwhelmed or very shocked at that moment. But most of all, when experiencing racism, remember, it's not about you, but them. Racism comes from arrogance or fear. Instead of dealing with some problem that they have and taking responsibility, they take it out onto someone else. Another big thing is unconscious bias. Now, before I talk about unconscious bias, I would like everyone to do something. Get a paper and a pen and draw a scientist. Add as many details as possible, like their age, their gender, their race, and so on. After you have finished, please share what you drew in the chat box.
Can you repeat the question, Rafa?
Can everyone please draw a scientist and add as many details as you can about how they look, like their age, their gender, their race, stuff like that. Like the first thing that comes to your mind. What you instantly think.
We could use whiteboard that people can annotate and make their own.
No, we want them to draw on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think as soon as I say scientist, like what image do you get as soon as I say scientist?
In my case, it's like a man with messy hair. He's holding like chemicals, he's mixing them together, causing explosions.
He's old.
What race is he?
And he's with a lab coat.
He's white.
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
Right.
So, an old man.
Any of our audience
how
want
about
to share?
everybody else?
Yeah, what does any of our audience want to share? Want to share in
Take
the
a
chat
picture
box?
and you can send it in the chat.
When Rafa said scientist, what came to your mind?
For me, an old man with a pencil writing came in my mind.
What skin color was he?
He was a brownie.
Okay. Anybody else would like to share?
It reminded his hair was spiky and he was short and he was quite old.
And what race was he?
He's German.
So white.
Albert Einstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like Einstein.
Oh yeah, that does sound like Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is him.
He's
Anybody else?
Doesn't need to be a real scientist.
Ayan, I think, is raising his hand.
Asia and Elena said, does it have to be a real scientist? No, it's what you think as soon as I say the word scientist.
When she said scientist, what came to your mind? You can describe it.
Honestly,
If
it
you
was
said
Albert
right,
Einstein. I like him.
maybe that's easier, just describing it. What came to your mind as she said scientist? Can you describe it? As soon as Rafa said scientist, what image came to your mind?
Wait, I thought Albert
Please
Einstein.
clear your mind. I'm gonna say it again. Scientist. What did come up in your what did you see?
A man.
How many people saw? Okay, let's do it. Let's take a poll, right? And maybe that's more interesting.
Yeah.
People saw a man. So say yes in the chat box if you saw a man. How many people saw a man? As soon as she said scientist, say yes in the chat box. No, say yes. Don't raise hands. Say yes in the chat box if you saw a man. Okay, everybody's saying yes.
That's a lot of...
Yes.
So nobody. Okay, great.
Just the
How many
girl
people
and-
saw a white man? How many people saw a white man? Wow, look at that, Rafa.
Look, a lot of people.
So why? Okay, Rafa, do you have something to add now? To share about
So even when I think of a scientist, even though I knew what this activity is about, I saw a white man. And this is unconscious bias. Unconscious bias is like when you prefer someone because that's what you've been like brought up thinking. So when we think of scientists, we think of a white man because that's what is portrayed in most media and what we see a lot, even though it's not always true. A scientist could be any gender, any race, and we know that there are lots of Muslim scientists as well that did a lot of great stuff. But even then, we see a white man because of unconscious bias. So
Yeah.
unconscious bias could lead to you being racist without knowing that. You could even be racist towards yourself. You could have unconscious bias against yourself because that's what media has taught us and what we've grown up seeing. So this is why it is important for us to continuously educate ourselves, reading books from different races, not just the standard white people books, and making friends diversely, because knowledge helps to overcome stereotypes and helps us overcome our unconscious bias.
Yeah. Great. That was a great segment, mashallah. Jazakallah khair, Rafa. So really, this shows you that if you said white, that you prefer or you think that, an educated scientist can be, the first thing comes to your mind is a white person. Why didn't you think of a brown person or a Chinese person or an Arab person or an Indian person? Why did you think of a white person immediately? There are plenty of scientists from all these different cultures, or an African person. So it kind of shows us that we have this, subconscious bias in our minds already. So our brains a little bit, biased, discriminating already. And it could, you might say, but I'm also brown. So how could I be, have a bias against brown people? So that's what Rafa was explaining, that we can be biased against our own race, right? So why is it that when we said scientist, that you didn't say a brown person or a woman. So that shows that you have a bias in your brain towards the white people, that you think maybe, right, that they are better, right? They're
Actually,
more educated, or they're smarter, right? So it might be that already in your brain is a bias against your own race, your own culture, which can be very dangerous, obviously, right? That we think, oh, white people are better than us, right? Do we want to think like that?
nope.
Oh,
No.
No.
Mm.
No.
I
All
saw
right.
a brown person there.
Sorry? Yeah, you did.
That's
Somebody
good.
else also said that. Okay, so we gotta be careful not to start thinking any people are better than others, whether they're white or black or brown or yellow or orange. Especially, yeah. Anyways, let's move on back to Ahmed.
Okay. So, wait, Rafa, you're supposed to say now that we are coming near to the end of our show.
Do we decide not to do that?
Oh, okay.
Oh
Now
no,
we have
not
a play for you.
Wait,
later
what?
on. Yeah.
Yeah, now we
Um,
have a play for you.
okay. There was a person who stereotyped people of other races before knowing them. Ayan sees Ahmed walking by.
Oh, this person thinks his race can take over our country. They're stealing all of our jobs and homes.
One cloudy morning, Ayan was walking down the road when it started raining. Ayan slips in a puddle and twists his ankle.
Ah, my foot! I can't get up.
Ahmed was walking by and saw Ayan falling down. He rushes over to help him.
Are you okay? Do you need any help?
I don't need help from your people. Your kind has already done enough damage to this country.
Why are you so rude to him? He's only trying to help you.
None of your business. I hate these people.
Mariam stays quiet and doesn't say anything. Ahmed was taken back by what Ayan had said, but Ahmed remembered what his mother had taught him.
I'm sorry that you think this way, but my mom has always said that I should treat people how I want to be treated. So what should I do? Should I take you to the hospital?
Ayan was shocked by what Ahmed's kindness, even after he was so rude to him. Something changed in him after hearing that.
Yes, please. That would be very helpful.
Hey, lean on me. I'll take you in my car.
He was very rude to him, and yet he's still helping him.
Ahmed helps Ayan stand up and takes him to the hospital in his car. At the hospital,
I'll go call the doctor.
Ahmed stays with Ayan until he gets his foot checked. After that, he helps him get home safely.
I don't know how to thank you for all this help.
Well, if I helped you to change your perspective on my race, that is thank you enough for me.
The end.
Okay, well done. Hope you guys enjoyed that play.
Ahmed, let's continue, I guess.
Now I would like to invite Muzammil to play Kahoot with us.
Okay, so we're all gonna play Kahoot. Please make sure you have a device with you and you can go to Kahoot. Now, wait, I can't share my screen.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
I'll help.
Try now.
Okay, yeah, I can do it.
Go to Kahoot.it.
Okay.
I can't see the screen.
If you can see the screen, just type in the pin 8189236.
Can you wait for a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Banana. Ayan the host, Nabiha.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Zalaf, bro, yo. Agent Apple 789. Vanya.
Giannis too.
Someone asked how to join the game. Go to kahoot.it on Google, or if you have the app, and it says game pin.
Just type.
Kahoot.com. Then you'll see play.
Then you have to type enter
and
game
then
pin.
you type in the code.
Oh, well, she left.
818-818-9236 is the code.
I think we all know who we are.
Is everybody ready?
You can cancel Ayan the host. You can cancel it.
Just unlike my nickname, Ozone Dragon 101.
Mine is Agent Apple.
Choose any name.
I can choose any name.
Ozone Dragon 101. 101.
8189. Anyone can join. It's not only for us. It's for everyone. So even
Hold on, I need to
on
go to
Facebook or in the meeting.
hold on.
yeah, the Facebook, you all can join.
Wait for me.
Kahoot.
Have you done some open questions? Zamil? Oh, the game plan.
I've done 11 questions. Okay, is everybody here?
Oh no, not me.
Not me.
I'm in.
Okay. I'm gonna wait.
Just wait for another few minutes.
Okay.
Wait, this is annoying.
Can raise your hand if you're not in the game.
I'm in.
Yeah, I have problems with keyboard, but
No.
818-9.
12 people.
I know one person who's in the game. Okay, is everybody here?
Yes.
I
Okay.
guess
Maybe yet.
give it like
Maybe.
30 seconds and then we'll
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not
Raise
ready.
your hand up if you're not.
I'm gonna start.
I'm raising my hand, okay?
give it a few more seconds and then if anyone
Okay.
What's the pin?
I think everyone's in.
Wait, what's the pin? I didn't join yet.
It's 818-99236. I can type it in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody should type it in chat.
36.
Yeah, I think that's it. Are you in?
Okay, no, I'm not yet.
There's a lot more people than last time.
Okay, everybody ready?
Okay, I'm in.
So, is everybody here?
I think everyone's here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna begin.
get ready. Question 1.
There's 2 answers, 3 answers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Wait, what did it say on our feed? I'm not kidding you.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay, don't mind the scoreboard. Have you been attacked by a
I'm still live.
Let's go quickly. When you were attacked by racism, how did you feel?
I'm in lead.
This question.
There actually might be a problem because the Facebook,
How they feel.
the live on Facebook has a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, Alia, Nabila.
No.
Can you
Facebook has been.
I can't read it. I can lower the volume.
Don't focus on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna just skip the leaderboard. Do you know people who have been attacked by racism?
Muzammil, show the people
Yes.
in the last one. Muzammil counts.
Give your honest tip.
So, most of them are a lot. Okay. Can we get rid of racism?
Yes, we can. But like, it kind of depends on the people. If they want to collaborate, you know. I'm not sure. Maybe they also maybe.
I think most of them are gonna be maybe.
Yeah.
Most of them are yes. 3 are maybe.
I'm on fire.
Is racism that big a deal?
deal? Yes, it is.
Wait. Oh no.
Huh? What do you mean? Of course it's wrong.
I think I did mark it.
And how do you know?
Is racism a disease of unhealthy heart?
Well, I'm dead.
No.
Well, I chose of course, and then it said you're wrong, and now I'm in 10th place.
Yeah, Muzammil, you did something wrong. I said a
I
fire.
forgot to mark it.
Yeah, golden right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna come back.
I didn't
the
knew
blue one
that.
is correct.
Most of the people chose false.
Why did most of the people choose
I
false?
wrote, yeah, I wrote false because of
Wait, Miss
I'm back
Ruffles?
in the podium, boys.
Can humility
rid of.
and kindness soften hearts and help get rid of racism?
Of course they can.
Okay, I'm in the podium.
Okay. True or false? Can the principle of universal brotherhood, considering everyone as equal, abolish racism?
What does abolish mean?
Stop. Stop racism.
I need to get this one.
Five people
Yeah, I
chose.
lost. But I should have been in first place.
Okay. Do you think we can help you? Do you think we can help you guys?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, I'm second.
It is. It was because Muzamil, you did something wrong. I said, of course, and it was wrong.
It's fine. It was just some mistake. I made so many mistakes.
No, it should be the answer that was wrong. Not of course.
I came 6th place because of that.
I forgot to mark it as correct.
Second.
That was a mistake.
Agent Apple said,
Silver. I'm silver.
let's do it again.
Let's do another one, but this time everyone's gonna have to choose yes, not of course.
Yeah, Elmer's right.
I did a mistake on that one.
Elmer, by the way, I love your hair.
Let us move on. Next segment.
You love my
Okay.
hair.
I know we should be back in class.
You love my hair.
Yeah.
I'm growing it for 2 months. Like start of the year, literally from the start of the year, I've been growing it for let's say 8 months.
Ayan, sorry, Ammar, we can. This is not a show about your hair.
Yes.
Your voice is very distant again.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
People really want to do the Kahoot again.
That's fine. Let's move on.
Oh, we don't have much time.
True.
And
I would
let's
like
move on
to
the next
invite
segment.
to co-host race.
Ahmed, let's continue.
So now Abu Zar is going to give a speech about racism.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Hello, people of the world. I am Abuzar Ali, and I will state reasons why we should prevent racism. Let's start with some simple statistics on racism. 70% of the population experiences racism in their childhood. That means us, because we are still in childhood. 20% in sport-related activities, and 33% in a workplace environment.
Abuza, you're cutting.
I'm what?
No, he's fine.
Ahmed, he's fine. You are cutting.
Yeah, you are cutting.
Your voice
Okay, carry on, Abu Zar.
So
Your
most
is going like this.
Okay, can everybody else please be quiet? Abu Zar, carry on.
So most likely there is a chance of one experiencing racism in their lifetime. Over the past few weeks, I've conducted interviews with close family and friends, and found they were either a direct victim of racism or witnessed someone being a target of racism. Those that experienced racism said it had a negative impact on their lives, such as lowering self-esteem, reducing confidence, and increasing loneliness chances. These symptoms have had an impact on their mental status and well-being. Racism is very common in Australia, so Australians have to build an immunity against it. As a matter of fact, everyone should. They can defend themselves and also report to authority or leaders. Students can report to their teacher, principal, or even parents. Adults can report to management or human resources in workplace. If they don't work, they can contact authorities in the community that can assist. 1 minute. Okay. For argument's sake, let's say you encountered racism between a stranger and a friend of yours. How would you react? Would you bystand or would you upstand? Bystand may result in you feeling guilty. Pakistan may result in you being subjected to racism that the victim is experiencing. 1 minute. Okay. In summary, racism may adversely affect you either way if you bystand or upstand. Awareness and knowledge is very important, but when you're in a situation, you can make the correct decision at the time. Being an Australian, we have lots of support, so speak up and seek help. Thank you for your time. Once again, my name is Abazar Ali, and I am honored to be your host. Thank you for your time once again.
Okay, thank you. Be done with the show.
Why is that tree already before?
Okay, what's the next thing?
Now,
So we done.
Okay, Ahmed is having a little bit of problems. So next is Rahma to talk about culture and race.
What is culture? A culture is the norm and practice of a specific country or region. For example, Bangladeshis use their hands to eat, but Japanese people usually use chopsticks. Sometimes the media mixes up culture and religion or something else to give people a bad name. For example, it's very common in the media that people say that the unfairness towards women in Saudi Arabia is part of Islam when it is not, because women actually have a high status in Islam. When culture gets mixed up with other things, racism can happen, and that creates problems in the world. But culture is actually quite interesting to learn about. Could everyone please write something interesting about their culture in the chat box?
Can everyone please write something that they like about their culture in the chat box, please? For example, something I like about my culture is all the food we have. I'm Sri Lankan, but I lived in New Zealand all my life. But we eat a lot of traditional food and stuff. Do any of the other hosts want to share something they like? Wanya?
I guess I'm from Pakistan, but I lived in Saudi Arabia all my life. So, but my mom makes the Pakistani food and everything. So it's not like I'm missing any of it. And on the International Day of Pakistan, sometimes we color the whole house green with the flags, and we are wearing clothes green also, and we invite our friends over to celebrate.
That's really cool. Ayan?
In mine, I'm from Pakistan, but I've lived Denmark my whole life. And when, like in Wanya's part, she also said in August, in Pakistan's National Day, she celebrates. We also do that, but we do it like more in Eid. My dad invites his friends. Sometimes we go to Eid parties in Denmark.
That's pretty cool. Fawaz, did you want to share something?
I think Amar wants to share something.
Yes. Amar, do you want to? Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't unmute myself.
okay.
So I wanted to confirm what Vania said. You mean 14 August, right?
Yeah.
You're 14 August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
wish
Pakistan's Independence Day?
Yeah, that's Pakistan's Independence Day.
I wish I could be in Pakistan. I want to experience it.
Amar, do you want to share it in the chat box?
Miriam said, for me, in my culture, I like exchanging of food in special occasions such as Eid and also inviting people to our house.
Zalaf Ayman Ibrahim said, I like my culture's music, which mostly uses drums, and it sounds very good. I find that fascinating. You guys talking about Pakistani Independence Day reminded me of once when we were in Sri Lanka for Independence Day, and then they had a parade, and then they had like the whole army walking, like the Navy, the Air Force, and everything. It was a big deal, but it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Asia and Elena was said the day after tomorrow is Merdeka. I'm not sure if I said that properly, in Malaysia. And they have Malaysian flags everywhere. Anyone else? Abu Zar?
What I like about my culture is Ramadan, Eid, and Laylatul Qadr.
And what do you like about it? Like, is it everyone being ready?
I like on Laylatul Qadr, I like it because it is the day that the Quran was brought down. I like Ramadan because that is a month that you're supposed to give charity to those in need. Give 2.5% of your earnings? I'm pretty sure it was, whatever. And I like Eid because Eid is a time to spend with family and friends.
True.
Does anyone else want to share what they like about their race or culture in the chat box?
For the audience, just write in the chat box.
So you wanna read that, Rafa?
Asia and Elena said that they like Hari Raya. I'm not sure how to say that. Is that Eid after Ramadan? So Eid al-Fitr? That's cool. What do you do for that in Malaysia? Does anyone else from the audience want to share in the chat box? Oh, Asia and Elena said we give money to our relatives and friends in money packs. Oh, we call that Eid.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Those
Visit
are
our
our-
friends and relatives.
Yeah.
Put
Green.
green.
I think it's green, I think. Yeah, green.
Oh, green. Please
That
share
makes it-
something that you like about your culture or race in the chat box. I'm not sure what that is.
I love this every day. It's very victorious.
Oh, okay. Malay snacks. Mustafa said, oh,
Someone needs information.
do we want to move on?
Yeah, I think that's about it for today. This was the show put together by Racism Rangers, which is a Rising Heroes team. They have been working very hard for last 8 weeks preparing these speeches, understanding racism first of all, and then interviewing people about it, researching about it, and then coming up with this solution to have these shows, mashallah, and then preparing the shows, the speeches, the plays, the games, the activities. So Jazakallah khair for joining us, and well done to Rising Heroes for putting together a wonderful show on racism, and spreading awareness about it. We really appreciate it, right? Did you guys enjoy today's show? Please let us know in the chat box.
We practiced it really hard for the play.
Yeah.
Just so you
Mashallah.
know.
MashaAllah. So Aisha is saying, wow, mashallah, hello. So please let us know, did you enjoy the show? In the chat box before you go, let us know.
Can we
Did you
get a
have fun?
clap?
Did you learn stuff about racism from other children? Rising Heroes. Abbas says, Alhamdulillah, great work. A182 said, great work. Okay, wonderful work.
Wanya says she needs a clap.
I would like to say a little something. It's like a little slogan for this show.
Okay.
Well, for us. To the Rising Heroes, racism is a zero.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. See you.